Welcome to Minecraft Jerusalem. I'm Robert, and I'm afraid everything that I have done up until this point has been just a failure. I have completely missed the target. I messed up on all of my coordinates in the x-axis, the y-axis, the z-axis. Everything was either too big or too small. It was enough to make me just want to quit. I started again, still didn't get it right, and what can I say? Anyway, I am not one to give up. I am starting over again, and by golly, this time we're going to get it. I went to the US Geological Survey World Explorer site and downloaded a map from NASA of Jerusalem. And that little spot right there is all that I needed. This was a huge map, 3600 by 3600 pixels, and that was all I needed. And it didn't show you much until I enhanced it, raised the contrast and lowered the brightness and fiddled with it. Found myself some good old topographical maps and went back to the drawing board, including a lot of different artistic representations of what ancient Jerusalem was like in the days of Jesus. I went back to my world painter and got to work, and I laid out the topography, tweaked the topography, went in and started drawing the map, and continued until I was satisfied. And I several times loaded it back into Minecraft and just did what I could to make this what it needed to be. So here we are, ready to load the Minecraft Jerusalem map. Oh boy. I can't believe how much I had to put into this to get back to this point. That was an effort that I began in the year 2015 and picked it up again in 2017. Picked it up again in 2018 and found out that I had really messed up. Now, this is what the map presently looks like in Minecraft as I load it up. I'm not loading very many chunks right now. Not trying to get an incredible graphic image. What is that down there? Why is there anything down there? Why isn't it loading these chunks? What's going on? Okay, there we go. It just seems to be taking its sweet time. All right, we are presently, now that I've got my bearings, we are presently on the eastern wall of the temple and the city of Jerusalem, and this is approaching on the top of Mount Moriah. This is approaching the temple. Everything is not perfect. Really, the highest spot should be over here. I can correct that by hand. I am not going back over all of this stuff again. These dimensions are very approximate. This is just to give me the layout so that I will know what I'm doing when I get back to this and resume building ancient Jerusalem here in Minecraft. If I'm not greatly mistaken, we are now heading over parts of the city. Yeah, that would be the temple wall on the east side. Excuse me, the west side. This is the western wall. And not sure why it's taking this so long to load. You get a real idea of what they were up against building in this location. They had a whole valley they had to go down, or actually they would come up this valley. And this is just the corner of the temple. And there's the moon rising. If you remember from previous videos, I'm using a texture pack that gives me a round moon in Minecraft. It's not above the horizon yet. So we're now in the city of David as we're looking north toward the temple. All of this gets built up. This is actually a racetrack that was right there. I've traced out here, and I'll be building a little tower here. There'll be perhaps an additional city wall going across here. This little pool right here was a spring, and under the ground from that level, and then following this was underground, and they cut this in solid rock in the days of King Hezekiah, this channel, so that they could have fresh water in Jerusalem in the ancient days, even farther back than Jesus, in the days of Hezekiah, after the days of King David, so that within the city they could still have water if they were ever under siege. I've marked out approximate roadway paths in red, and this would be it. This would be the what was the name of that? The Pool of Gihon, Gihon. Not sure I remember perfectly. Okay, our nice round texture pack sun is going down. The moon is rising. I love the sky in this texture pack. I may alter that some over time, but this will do for now. Nevertheless, let me go back and adjust the time so that we are in the daylight. There we go. And in creative mode, it's easy to do that sort of thing. And of course, you can access that panel when you're in standard Minecraft mode. If you're in survival mode, as they call it. Okay, let me hit my, which button is it now? It's my shift button that brings me down. Okay, so this is outside the city. And again, because all of this has not loaded in, we're looking through the Minecraft world below. I thought I saw some lava down there. That's entirely possible. That's entirely possible. We come up the valley here. We've got some huge hills. This valley goes that way, that valley goes that way, and the city of David was built here. And so we'll be building up these walls. It is possible. I haven't decided yet. It is possible that I will go back to this map in World Painter. Double tap my spacebar so that I can fly. May be possible that I will go back into World Painter and use the smoothing tools. And would you look at this? What do we have here on the edge of this world? It has given me the Minecraft aquatic update, and look at that. Just a wall of water. I see what's that? Salmon and cod, and wow, this is not a good thing. Oh, yeah, I may have to go back in and edit that out. And look at that, a guardian farm, a guardian temple, I should say, right off the right off the edge of the map. Oh my. Yeah, I don't think I want to leave that there. I really didn't mean for that to happen, but yeah. So there we go. Yeah, everything from this point out is regular Minecraft. It's not my map. You can see there where your water is broken by the probably went by kelp. Yeah, I think some kelp is right up along the edge there, and right where the kelp stops, it updates the block. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, yes, I did not make this a round world. As you saw from my maps, those maps were square. You know, everything just stops right at the edge of the map, and bam, it's an ocean. Wow. Yeah, I may have to change that, even if I'm left with these abrupt edges here on the map. This ocean is much lower than a normal Minecraft ocean, and a Minecraft ocean is what, around 62 or something like that? What is my depth when I enter the water here? Whoops, let's go back up a little bit. Okay, so if I hit F3, that opens up all the data. Um, yep, I'm at 62. That is my present Z coordinate. Well, actually, it's a Y coordinate in Minecraft. In Minecraft, the coordinates run Y is low, down low, and then the Y rises, and you can see it off to the side where it says X, Y, Z, and the center coordinate is increasing. Whoops. Now the centering coordinate increases as you go up. See, I made this world to be essentially sandstone, smooth sandstone, um, because I felt that gave me the best texture in this texture pack, and in most others. Smooth sandstone on the top. Well, no, this is just regular sandstone, isn't it? Well, no, it's smooth, I guess. Let me make up my mind later. I think that, well, it tells me here, doesn't it? It tells me what kind of block I am looking at. Doesn't it tell me that? I am looking at block, blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't tell me. I thought it did. Yes, targeted block, Minecraft sandstone. So, yeah, there we go. You can see the different textures that you have here. Um, this block is the dirt block, and then that's your stone block, and what's that? That's andesite, and of course that's going to be coal, and that's what, diorite? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't mind the sides being open like that because I can't make an entire world for this. There's just no way that would work out. But what I can do is chop it off and maybe not make it an ocean opening up right here. Yeah, yeah. I'd love to go exploring though. What do we have here? Is that a shipwreck? Yeah, that's a shipwreck. What's that look like in this texture pack? Wow, look at that chasm. Some people say chasm. I've always said chasm. Hey, we've got a treasure chest in there. Whoops! What did I do? I just killed it. I forgot. I'm in creative mode. So, yeah, a lot of stuff you can do in Minecraft. Check out the side of that log. It's amazing the stuff that they've done here. And they've got a chasm, and that goes all the way down. What's that, gold? Yeah, I've got gold. Can't collect it in creative mode. All I can do is destroy it. So, and it looks like we have some magma blocks over here. What is that? Is that iron? What am I looking at? No, that's diamond ore right there. That's what it looks like underwater. Well, that's about as exciting as it gets, I suppose. Yeah, that looks like magma blocks, maybe. Hard to say. Well, best get home. Home. And much as I enjoy playing around in Minecraft, this is not what this is for. This is to try to create. Now, the reason I went ahead and made this, instead of a void surrounding everything, is because I felt like if I ever release this, I would like for people to be able to play if they wanted to when they left the Jerusalem area. So that's what a sea lantern looks like in this texture. I am not seeing any of the evil things spawning, the guardians or the elder guardians. Let me out. Okay. Well, that's just a quick look at what I'm up to right now and where I'm at. So I've got a road that goes to the to the ocean just south of Jerusalem. I don't think you'll find that on any map. Let's see, if I keep my W key down, I go forward. If I hit Control, then I move forward faster, which doesn't matter because my chunks are not filling in. So yeah, what's that going on down there? That has got to be like lava and maybe some little openings on Earth. Little road going up here. Yeah. So I may go back over with my tool that will flatten things out somewhat, so that this is not quite so steep. But it's trouble because things do get steep. In ancient Jerusalem, since then, a lot of things have been filled in somewhat. But in those days, they didn't necessarily expend that kind of effort on managing their terrain. They did for the temple. They boxed in Mount Moriah, the entire mountain. They boxed it in over there. See, and here, this is a hippodrome, sort of like a half a coliseum. So everybody would sit in this circular section here, and then stage plays and what have you would happen right there. So it's not exactly South Baldwin Community Theater. A few of you know what I'm talking about. But they did, of course, have theater back then, based on the ancient Greek model. As we go up here, this is the upper city. Somewhere in one of these places was the upper room, possibly in the home that was owned by the mother of John Mark, a place where we think the disciples gathered after the crucifixion. Also after the days of Pentecost, and when Peter had been taken captive and they had gathered again in this place where the mother of John Mark, who was evidently a wealthy woman, had a home there. This would have been the great temple, not temple, excuse me, the great home that had been built by Herod the Great. Some say the Roman governor occupied it, and that may be the case. It may be that Herod Antipas lived in it. I don't know. When I just don't remember. When we get to that point in building this, I will try to have my history straight. But, oh goodness, how long will that be? I don't know that I'll ever get there. I might wind up just sort of at some point when I'm fairly well satisfied that I've got things tweaked and laid out more properly, because a lot of this has to be just imagination. We do know a lot from archaeology. We know a lot from history. Josephus, Flavius Josephus, for one, who had actually served as a priest in the temple before it was destroyed, he wrote some incredible histories. We don't know exactly how accurate they were, but we can be certain that they were fairly accurate. So this valley here connects back to the valley that we just came up. And it doesn't matter if I show you at nighttime or in the daytime. The chunks aren't loading very fast. As I fly over it, I can again hit that control key and move a little faster. There we go. Along this line somewhere there was an aqueduct that came in to bring water. And water would have been brought to the temple itself. Here we come back to the temple. There were a lot of cisterns where the water was gathered. There was a lot of ritual bathing that took place. You had to be clean before you walked into the temple grounds. They required that, whether you were a Gentile or a Jew or a female Jew. This area we're coming here to, this is where Fortress Antonia was. These are the four large towers that connected it here at the northwestern corner of the Temple Mount. You'll notice this is kind of a big rectangle inside of the bigger rectangle, and these would have been the colonnades the porches, or the cloisters as they called them. There'd be a gate right about here, and as we moved this way, there was still another great pool that was located right about here before you headed out of the city and on your way up to Galilee. Now, these city walls, I will do some research and determine whether I include them or not. If I do this at the time of Jesus, they might not have been here, these particular walls. I'm not sure. And then these two roads converge as we head north toward Galilee. If we were to head off in that direction, we would be going into Samaria and the town of Sychar, where Jacob's well was just outside, and that's where Jesus met with the infamous Samaritan woman at the well. And as I fall back down, look at that. We've got a coral area here. Isn't that lovely? Down below, you know what's lighting that up down there? It took me a while to figure out. So you have your fan coral, you have your other corals, and then you have all the different colors of block corals. They only retain these colors when adjacent to a water source. They have to be adjacent to water. And meanwhile, look at how this is lit up. What's lighting it up? It's these things. These sea pickles. So if I hit that, bam, lights out. So yeah, a lot of Minecrafters harvest the sea pickles. You can hit them with bone meal, and I think bone meal, and make them grow, and get lots more pickles. What have I got here? Pufferfish? Where are you? Come back. Yeah, you're not going to aggro on me there. Well, so much for that. This wall obviously a lot higher. Or I should say this boundary a lot higher. The areas to the north of Jerusalem, a little higher than Jerusalem itself. Okay, that's enough yakking. I've talked enough. I just wanted to give you an update of where I am. I don't know that this exact iteration of Minecraft Jerusalem is going to survive. As I say, I may go back into World Painter where it's a little bit easier to edit, so that I'm not hacking away at many, many thousands of limestone blocks by hand. No, I really don't want to do that. Over here, we have the Mount of Olives. I think I am far enough out that I can actually maybe do a recreation of the Garden of Gethsemane. Look at that. It's ocean all the way around. Yeah, I've got to redo this. So, I don't know. That might be kind of fun. I could build a wall around it. I think this would allow me to build a bedrock wall. So I will be looking into that. I may just need to wall this whole thing off. So, yes, this ridge here is overlooking this this valley, the name of which escapes me at the moment. Moon getting ready to set. And on the other side of the valley, of course, the temple. Now we descend much farther into the valley. Look at that. And so the temple should be over here Depends on how far we've come. No, this is all the way back to the original city of David that he conquered from the Jebusites. So this little outthrust of mountain here was known as the city of David, and eventually all of this was the city of David. Mount Zion over there, where King Herod's temple was, that was also considered a part of the city of David. Mount Moriah, where, of course, the Temple Mount enclosed, the walls of the Temple Mount, all the way around that mountain, and enclosing it and backfilling it, and we'll get there. We'll show you. All of that is coming sooner or later. And that's enough. I've talked enough. I said that several minutes ago. We're done. Good night. Good afternoon. Good morning. Have a great time, and I hope to see you again in Minecraft Jerusalem.